Fellow Ambazonians, my fellow brothers and sisters, I thank all of you that are watching today. I thank all of you that are here today in this emission, in this transmission, in this presentation, which is a live presentation. The chairman of the Ambazonian Defense Forces, the chairman of all Ambazonian Defense Forces, Benedict addresses the nation. I want to thank you people all for staying tuned to listen to the chairman of Ambazonian Defense Forces. Our nation is in critical time. Our nation is winning bigly and fatly. This is a time we cannot let loose or give any reason for any infiltrators. Therefore, most of the communication is done pragmatically, critically, by leaders in charge. I would be leaving the platform for the chairman to give his ordained and holy speech to the nation. Thank you so much for being here. God bless you and thank you for sharing. If you have not supported the Amber Pins, it is an opportunity to do that. The reason is that so many traitors, blacklegs, La Republic du Cameroon, colonial empires must leave Ambazonia. That is the reason behind Amber Pin, that we must have our independence. We thank everyone that is coming on board. Please share to your WhatsApp groups, share to your Facebook groups and your Facebook platform as the chairman is coming to address the nation. God bless you. Thank you so much and welcome.
Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Get ready, mama, prepare for your freedom. Freedom is coming tomorrow. Yahoo! Oh, you will listen to mama. Yahoo! Oh, you will listen to mama. Yahoo! Oh, you will listen to mama.
Abu free, you dey try me.
Mami, na weti. Zakai,
Abu free momo.
Abu free don't do you weti. Ha. Hey. What the Abu free don't do the woman? No wow. on I make at the 4. Now wait. Abu free do you wait?
Abu free do me something. Me I come.
Hey. Ah. Tell me my year.
Abu free no green me I hear something. Say pin. America pin.
Pin.
Yeah, Franklin.
Franklin.
So I talk say pin for wait. I get my own for house. I say me I can't take am pin am.
Now that wait Dr. Chua give you.
I hear say na Dr. Chua ya bad pin am for people their skin. But if it pin my own for Belgium. Today I want pin am for shoe. Any mommy say pin na you go free with homeland. And the talk for Abu free say I don't pin my own.
Wow.
Me see am pin am. For sure say I be Amba mommy. I know the sleep.
That means you don't own your own part for that country.
I don't own am. And the talk say for America. As sure I about to go for this, so me, all mommy, all papa, all picking the pin and so.
Mommy,
so that we go free with homeland.
That thing look like round pin head Bobby.
No one day.
Okay, all right.
Now for my chest, my heart.
Now Amba be this so. Now
Amba.
small. Now part of the Amba that you don't put on with your chest so.
Yes.
And you put her on top of.
Babe, what are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
Hey, what are you doing?
Will you marry me?
What the? What?
Yes, marry me.
What are you doing, babe?
I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
Oh my God,
It's
babe.
beautiful, isn't it?
It is beautiful, but look at what is this, babe?
The ring, focus on the ring.
No, what is this?
Oh, it's the Ambazonia pin.
The Amazonia pin? Oh my God, babe, this is beautiful.
No, focus on the ring.
No, babe, I want this. I want this.
No, you want the ring.
No, I want the Amazonia pin because I want to go to Amazonia.
But I thought you wanted...
No, I don't care about marriage. I want to go to Amazonia, man. This is beautiful. Can you pin it here? Babe, pin it.
I guess.
Oh my God, where did you get it from?
Ambazonia?
Amazon, babe, you are so sweet. Oh, I love you, man. Amazonia.
I thought you wanted to get married.
Amazonia. Amazonia.
Thank you so much for watching the adverts. Thank you so much for paying attention and sharing and standing. This is the nation. This is the TV, the voice of the people, the voice of the Republic. Fellow brothers and sisters, here in this platform, Major General Vela, the CEO, Aka, the Amba Dankote, the richest nigger. God bless all when they come now. Now, I go bring una fire. The tsunami. I go bring una which one call them say volcano. The leader where they make fire. The leader where the pour venom for the Republic he had. The leader where everything where they talk say gun and bullet, now you be in charge. The man in charge. I am bringing to you the man in charge now live. You are going to be listening to the All Ambazonians Defense Chairman, Benedict Koa. Please, you are cordially invited and advised to share. Share and invite people to watch. That is the medicine for La Republic. Medicine for La Republic, I say, may we put viral videos because the more viral it goes, the more our people are educated. Medicine for La Republic, I say, may we share bigly and fatly. Thank you so much. God bless you now. The one now unshakable, undefeated, unrepentant Ambazonians, Aka, young rich nigger, Major General Vela Akade, Amba Dankote. When I come go to, as we are going straight to the emission. Thank you plenty.
Mary and His Son, falling in the morning. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making incarnation and life forevermore. AMbazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, give me our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation. AMbazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, meeting our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of His nation.
Revolutionary greetings, Amberlanders. Thank you for joining me at this hour on this day. Ekema Patrick is dead. To those who don't know him, both in Africa and the world, Ekema Patrick was the terrorist colonial mayor of La République du Cameroon in Buea. He was one of Mr. Paul Biya Binvodo, the mass murderer president of La République du Cameroon's henchmen, who is responsible for the murder and destitution of thousands of innocent men, women, and children in AMbazonia. It is well over 3 years now where we are constantly fed images of the mass execution of our people, burnt villages, and tens of thousands of our people fleeing from ethnic cleansing. These things are seared in our national memory. But the worst thing about the crime of this thug, Ekema, are the families who will never bury a loved one because they are in unmarked graves. The tens of thousands of kids who will grow up without knowing the loving embrace of a parent. A little close to a year ago, we woke up to the news that a national hero was killed in battle. General Ivo's body has never been bathed, clothed, or buried by his grieving family. A grateful nation and comrades in arms were never given the opportunity to honor and thank him for the tremendous sacrifices he made for our people. Countless citizens, the best of us, those who put themselves between Paul Biya and Ekema's genocidaires and our vulnerable people, have died in battle, and rather than leave their corpses for their families and comrades to bury, Ekema and his henchmen have set fire and burnt these corpses beyond recognition. Remember Bali. Remember Bali. Remember Teke. Remember Ikuna. in some cases, they have booby trapped these bodies with explosives that have shredded the corpses beyond recognition for the families to bury. Thus, earlier this morning, in consultation with the Central Command, the Defense Forces have been put on high alert. A Kemas corpse will not spend one peaceful night in Ambazonian soil. He lived his last days on this earth running around like a rat. He will be buried like one. The Defense Forces have been instructed to do everything in their power to stop any attempt at burial in AMbazonia and to take custody of his dead body. They have been instructed to do this without compromising their overall mission of defeating La République du Cameroun in AMbazonia. If in the event that they succeed in burying this mass murderer anywhere in AMbazonia, the Defense Forces have been instructed to dig up and take into custody his corpse for trial for crimes against humanity. Even in death, enablers will not escape the justice that they deserve. To the countless families who have suffered at the hands of this mass murderer, we want to tell you that partial justice has been served, and full justice will be served when his corpse is taken into custody. My fellow citizens, we made a promise that even if they are buried in La République du Cameroun, we have made a promise that you will know when it is time for La République to negotiate their surrender in AMbazonia, because nobody will tell you other than La République that they will be willing to hand over for trial to AMbazonia enablers, dead or alive. So long as we have one breath in us, no enabler, none will be buried and spend a peaceful night inside AMbazonia soil. My fellow Ambalanders, there is no need for the uneasy feelings and sense of doubt that I see creeping into some of us. While the road ahead is tough, we are tougher. And every single day, the evidence of our success is clear. Every single day. I know with news of French warships around Cameroon, French satellites over our territory, and mercenaries joining the fight, you wonder. I know when you get up to debilitating audios that assassinate the character of some of your groups and their leaders, you wonder. I am here to tell you to have faith. Have faith. you are winning. The only one who can make you feel that you are not winning is yourself, by consuming news designed to break your spirit. We have come a long way. Remember where we came from. We did not start our resistance owning a single pistol. We did not start this resistance with a group of Ambazonian military men already trained with their materials in La République du Cameroon, deciding to break away and form the backbone of the resistance. No. We started with nothing, without any godfather, from scratch, and we built it one pistol, one AK at a time, one bullet at a time. Even when it was happening, some of you, it's just recently that some of you will accept that Daddy was even a territory, part of our territory. Some of you thought, as the occupier wanted you to think, as the colonialists and enablers wanted you to think, that Daddy was somewhere in Nigeria. Only those who were in the know, who were in the house, who funded that project, knew it when they saw it. Some of you are just believing this just now. Ambalanders, that is where we came from. That is how far you have come from. Facing a colonial army without a treasury, without any friend, without any godfather. And we told you, we have it in us. We are the ones we have been waiting for. We told you that. We told you we were going to make the territory ungovernable. That was accomplished. We told you we were going to increase the cost of occupation. That was accomplished. We told you we were going to fight these people from one end of our territory, block by block, neighborhood by neighborhood. That was accomplished. My fellow Ambalanders, you have absolutely no reason at this stage, after more than 3 years of intense battle, you have no reason to feel uneasy about where you are going, to have doubt about your capabilities, to have doubt about the men and women parading our street from the Way Bridge to Victoria. Stay true to the mission. Stay true to the mission. Have an uncompromising, a tunnel vision towards the goal that is in front of you. Because if you are diverted, the occupier win. Right now, the goal in front of us, is the 200,000 challenge that is culminating on 1st November. With the pins, only the piece of AMbazonia on your chest. Don't be diverted from that goal. Because when you set that goal, know that the forces of destruction, of destabilization, of counter-revolution will try to divert you. And it is at that time that they will do everything to make you to turn away from accomplishing what you need to do. Don't feel down. Don't for one moment get up in the morning and don't do your job because you are looking at an audio. You are hearing an audio. You are hearing a news that makes you not to put your 1000% for us to accomplish that goal. Because when we accomplish that goal, when we do, AMbazonia will be open for business. You will be able to tell the world clearly that this is the free AMbazonia. A flag up and the government building open for business in AMbazonia. We will do that. That is why the challenge is right now. We will open AMbazonia in AMbazonia for business. We have always set our goals and made it. This is the challenge. Rededicate. There are a few days left in this month. If you haven't put your maximum in order to reach these goals, do it now. That is how we win this war. That is how we have come from the dark days of 2016 to 2017, 18, 19. To the highs of General Ivo marching into Mato and taking over and putting the government building in Teke. To the lows of his death in battle last year. That is how we have come, by maintaining a tunnel vision and not allowing distractions and destabilizers to lower our spirit, to break us and to make us relax. We are winning. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Ekema is dead. Ekema is dead. He will be buried in an unmarked grave, or mark my word, we will take custody of his corpse. The families of our heroes, thousands of them, will not bury a loved one because they are in unmarked graves. Their corpses have been burnt, booby-trapped, and exploded. We will not allow a mass murderer, Mr. Paul Biya henchman, an ethnic cleanser, to be buried and spend one peaceful day in the land of AMbazonia. The defense forces have their marching order. We have our marching order. Don't be distracted by anything. Concentrate and let's get the job done. On a side note, while we maintain this job, we must ever be vigilant. It has come to my knowledge that certain of our businesses are selling a beer that is called Kaji beer. The economic ban on economic products that fund the genocide and the burning of villages in our land from La République du Cameroon does not end with brasseries drinks. Kaji beer is a drink that is manufactured in Cameroon, pays taxes to them, and is used to fund the burning of our villages. It is banned in AMbazonia. It has also come to my knowledge the destructive propaganda being promulgated by newspapers that work for the colonial regime. The Guardian Post is one such newspaper. No business or newspaper kiosk in AMbazonia should carry the Guardian Post. It is a propaganda tool for the mass murderer in Yaoundé that is used to break the spirit and champion the burning of our villages in AMbazonia. As with CRTV, let that newspaper be sold in La République du Cameroon. Any kiosk that carries that newspaper in AMbazonia, that sells that newspaper in AMbazonia, you are carrying an enabling tool, you are carrying a propaganda tool, and you are putting your business at risk. My fellow Ambalanders, be proud of your army. Be confident. Be confident in them. Don't feel uneasy when you hear about warships docking. That should tell you something. You are winning. These are not the first mercenaries that have been shipped into our land. They are not the first foreign troops that have faced our men and women in uniform. From Dadi to the caves in Bui, to the bunkers that we dug in Bafut and elsewhere to train our men. The defense forces have been trained. They have shown you that they are capable of withstanding a colonial army with world-class backers. Have faith in them. Don't for one moment feel uneasy. No one will defeat us in the land of our bed. Tunnel vision, integrity, ahead. Thank you. May God bless you. May God bless our men and women now fighting all over our territory. May God bless our IDPs. Thank you.
Okay, I want to thank each and everyone that listened to the message from the chairman. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone. Thank you so much for listening to the message of the chairman. Uh, we can all agree that everything that the chairman said makes a lot of sense. We can all agree that we are at a time where we cannot blink, and we have gone far. You know, I was briefed this evening that the commander of the Nkambe vigilante group was taken down by our forces to Satan. Any commander the Cameroon government has, a vigilante, whatever they call a Tanga Jipos group, whatever they call it, they are all going to Satan. So that is the spirit of winning. So anyone that try with the people's cause is going to Satan. It is what it is. As Ekema is with Satan. If Ekema can go to Satan, what about you? Your small little thing you have never. Ekema was moving with Cameroon generals, police, army protecting him. Ekema has personal bodyguards and more with a gun. If Ekema can be sent to Satan in one way or the other, know that also you, who is poor in your village, you have never ever been a mayor, a parliamentarian, or a government figure, and government figures are running away now, and you are a poor man in the village, and you want to support this useless Cameroon government, you already know that your place is in the bosom of Satan. I call each and everyone now. I call each and everyone, my fellow brothers and sisters, think twice, because your life is in your own hand. Think twice, as I'm going to bring you an excerpt from Equinix TV, because I would want you people to watch the excerpt from Equinix TV, which is good. Something really great to watch from Equinix TV. So thank you so much for listening. This is Liberation TV.
In the Boya municipality following the shocking death of the firebrand mayor Patrick Kema of the Boya Council, and family sources hints he died of a cardiac arrest in a hospital in the nation's economic capital Douala. And in this edition of the newscast, we'll present to you his residence flooded by his inconsolable collaborators, and will equally present to you activities of the mayor that was aimed at fighting against ghost towns in his municipality.
Good evening once again.
Merci Julien Bethbesai, bonsoir à vous, and to you televiewers, good evening once more. We told you in our headlines how the Boya municipality is in total sorrow following the death of the firebrand Mayor Patrick Kema of the Boya Council. He died this morning following a cardiac arrest, according to family sources that's in the hospital in the nation's economic capital, Douala. And we'll present to you some images of his close collaborators and equally family members who have been in agony since this morning. Follow this.
L'élu est décédé ce 27 octobre dans une clinique privée à Douala.
We will allow you to live the moment that the family of Mayor Patrick Kema and equally his close collaborators went through throughout today. Will certainly be remembered in blessed memory for the fight against Ghost Town syndrome and equally locking of shots by traders fearing separatist wrath. And he did so by seizing taxi and motorbikes, at times fueling some to keep the streets busy, and sealing shops of those who did not obey, open shops others. Also, he is known to have had powers which he noted could not be challenged by even the President of the Republic, Paul Biya. Mayor Patrick Ekema had also forbidden the Anglophone General Conference from holding in Boya, ordering conveners to take it to Bamenda, chief town of the Northwest region. The CPDM supporter was against secession and also surrounded by heavily armed military men, and he equally took part in the just ended major national dialogue to find solutions to the Anglophone crisis, which has been existing for over 3 years today. Many criticize he gains admission into the University of Boya with a fake certificate, and the 46 years old Patrick Ekema served as mayor of the Boya Council since 2013.
Aye. Fellow brothers and sisters, fellow AMbazonians, you people can see the reality. We all can see the reality that maybe some people don't understand that this is a good curriculum vitae. It's a good CV. That's the CV of Ekema Patrick. He get admission through a fake certification, and today he was always guided with armed heavy military, fought against the AMbazonian, fought against ghost town, sealed people shop. That's the CV. That's curriculum vitae right there. And today, where is he? Kelebe, our ground zero forces are in control.
To glorify your name. We want to thank you, Papa, for now you, and not only you, will take we as we take the Israelites out of the land of Egypt.
Good job to our forces, good job to our fighters. They are doing the right thing that need to be done. That's how Ekema today is nowhere to be found. Yesterday, if you were telling Ekema that his life is short-lived, he would not have listened. He would have never believed. But today, what happened? Where is he at? What happened to his where are his Cameroon forces that where are the so-called Cameroon soldiers that we are pretending to protect him and give him divine protection? Where are they at today? If you would ask questions like this is for the people now. Anytime when they come to try to corrupt you and you listen, you are going to end just like a Kema. But I have a video I want to pass here for you people to listen to this. Watch your screen. Watch your screen. Watch your screen there. Babila is there on the studio.
The pleasure with you on the quest.
Watch your screen. Watch your screen.
We start with the death, receiving a political analyst and lecturer of law. We are receiving Ako John Ako. You're welcome.
Yeah, the pleasure is mine.
We've not had you on this platform for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's been a while. Other social engagement and professional occupation.
All right, we start with the death of the mayor of Buea, Kema Patrick Esunge. What's your take on that? What do you remember of Mayor Kema Patrick?
Yeah, if I can remember very well, I would like to say that really death is not what we wish, but death is a certainty. And again, death is a wage for our existence on earth. And that the mayor, Kema Patrick, was one saluted by the state and the government for his fierce support, and as you rightly put it in your report, that he was an anti-ghost town crusader. It is totally controversial that the mayor at this time, when he existed, was voted by his people, again was thought by many as that who turned his back against his own very people. But then many other political opponents of Patrick Kema might have been reaching for his death, but have always said that death is not a cause for political leadership, that we never use the arm of God to challenge or at times to see that we should be defeated or our opponent should be defeated by death. It simply indicates that you were unable to fight while the individual lives. A strong political opponent, a political actor, should be capable of defeating his opponent while he's alive. Many might have equally realized that it brought a lot of grief to those who depended on him and those who look upon him at that time as a father, while also in some other parts and quarters within the municipality of Buea, some equally were dining and cheering and even celebrating that the monster ahead of them that was capable of working against, instead bringing them down, brought a lot of pain to them, has even given way for a new light in the city of Buea. I will equally like us to talk about those who call themselves the political elite, that in a moment like this, it is always a time of self-examination, that we should look what type of life we had on earth, what type of impact we created, what form of legacy. If this is the case, we should understand that life is all about vanity, and that what we do on earth can only be told by those that will live after us. And as we were told by Immanuel Kant's definition of moral consciousness, he said we should live life on earth as a means to an end, rather than considering ourselves as an end in itself, which means our living on earth should be capable of generating impact and giving assistance to others. The more of the assistance we give to people, the more better relationship we create after our non-existence, and that will rightly be the legacy we hope to remember.
As you rightly indicated, when the news of his death went viral on social media yesterday, there was a wave of kind of celebration. Some people producing audio feeds and calling on the dead man to rise up and go to Buea and close up shops and things like that. But what do you think about this? Is it the right attitude to put up when a man passes away?
Yeah, normally this is what I said, that within the political atmosphere, many might have always been praying for the death of their opponents, but I don't think within myself that in a political milieu, the person that causes you to play better, meaning puts you in an argument position to present the best program, is your opponent. Then we should be capable of proposing something better while they live. And I think, to my greatest understanding, death is a defeat, which is natural to every human being. It equally gives us the impression that we were unable to do what he did. We were unable to conquer when he was present. But I still say it very well that in many quarters we cannot equally avoid that some people feel or felt hurt during this crisis and thought it was time for a relief for the city of Boya. Those who could not have their air can breathe the air in the absence of this same person. Remember, life is about for and against. There are a lot of group of individuals that are really praying. I mean, as from yesterday, we witnessed that in Boya, some people were equally jubilating and even drinking and talking about it, that successfully Boya is going to calm down and that they really support the death of Patrick Ekema. But that is what I said, that death is the wages of all of our existence, and nobody should look at death as a cause for defeating his opponent. It is a school.
Humanly speaking, is it morally acceptable? Is it correct for someone to be celebrating the death of another?
That is, if you are celebrating the death of an individual, then we call them sadism. Those who love to see others suffer, those who love to see others dying. That is what I insist. It is very painful, but then political pundits or opponents always take it as a victory. Within the course of life, where we are, and we look at the nature of the country, and remember that equally in the zone, in the north and the southwest, a lot of families might have lost their lives within the same crisis, which they look at Patrice Ekema as one of the person that were totally against the struggle of those who had their own idea within or contrary to that of Patrice Ekema, and they have been willing that there will be any action necessary to put an end to this mess, what they call a mess, where the rules and the rigid understanding of what Patrice Ekema carry as anti-ghost town preaching. But what I still insist is that the political elite should look at the quality of life they live, what they had towards their people. You are an elected person of the people. Do you represent the people after being appointed? Do you represent the people after you won such a political position? What interest, what change did you bring to your people? There are questions we ask. What legacy you have? Will your municipality talk about you after your existence, or your existence only made story while you are alive and cease existing after you are dead? This is the end result. If the world is being read and talk about Jesus Christ today, I'm telling you that we are not talking of what people did to Jesus Christ. They are talking of what Jesus Christ did to people. And so we have an interest in doing good to the people we meet in front of us, to do favor to those who need favor, and try to see how many people we have impacted change in their life. Change is not egoistic. Change is a general constancy of every society and must consider every individual's interests when we are caught in position of leadership.
Before the death of Patrick Ekema Isunge, the mayor of the Boya municipality, some people, or many people, were saying that the ghost, in quotes, talking about ghost town, was kind of shifting backward a little bit because of some of the rigid and merciless actions of the mayor, who went around compelling people to open their business sites, struggling to revive the near-death business climate of the municipality of Boya. What do you think about the future of the Boya municipality in relation to ghost town and other issues related to the
if we have to make a revision, I will tell you that within the mayor of Boya, there was one, I still always love calling him because he's very young, but the present Senator Mbelamuki Charles did a lot for that municipality, and I'm telling you that while Patrice Ekema occupied that same position, the people of Boya municipality are always in their mind having the name Mbelamuki, and means they thought Mbelamuki was the right candidate, even though there was a position of the senator. He would have taken this municipality if he was given another 10 years mandate at the municipality of Boya. I'm telling you very strongly, he could manage the youths, he could manage some programs without any difficulty. The mayor of Boya at the time, still covers, and many knew very well that the mayor of Patrick Ekema was like not qualified because he was just basically completing the mandate of the senator Mbelamuki Charles. And I'm telling you right up to now, the Boya municipality have been thinking that this particular senator will one day come back to rule Boya municipality, meaning he created some change. During this time,
what's the future of Boya in relation to ghost town going to look like?
Yes, that is what I'm saying now. The ghost town movement was not instituted by Patrice Ekema, and I believe very strongly, like the chief regional
fighting this ghost town.
Yes, he was fighting, but to me, I think very strongly that nothing changed greatly within the Kmart Patrick existence and presence in Boya. Because Bamenda too, you remember that there's some still up Boya, Bukwango, there are classes, but down Moliko, there's no school. It was like we talk of upstation Bamenda and downtown Bamenda, we have a different atmosphere because there were some administrative units and the presence of the military and the rest security guaranteed. Some economic activities could run very well in the upper part of the town, and the downside of the town was totally always deserted on these same days. My 17 has always presented a different photo from Boya town, which equally gives us an indication that it is the will of the people. At times, Ghost Town it was not a fashion, it was not built or orchestrated by this particular mayor. Many people lost their shops in the same moment. Those who attempted to open their shops within the call of anti-Ghost Town, called by the same mayor, many lost a lot of properties and money, and it created a lot of impact on them. But I believe very strongly there might be relief, and some people might even prefer that now. They might even prepare to work now than to work when the mayor that just left was present.
All right, before we end this newscast, weeks have gone by after the major national dialogue, the recommendations on the table of the head of state, and there's been a period of dead silence till now.
Yeah, Cameroon as a state has a common malaise that of not being proactive, that in handling issues we always give time, and we know very well that several times I said delay defeats equity. Remember, just after a few days after the dialogue, the president equally took upon his pen to upgrade some civil servants and appoint some or transfer others. We had expected that 2 days or 24 hours, 48 hours after the national dialogue, it was need for the head of state to maybe pass a decree recognizing the dialogue, and if at all put a push some of the conclusion being made. And to tell you that many those who participated in Yaoundé are still regretting the fact that where are the resolutions? What have become of them? We are almost a month past, nothing implemented, nothing is even talked about the way forward of the dialogue. But you remember the European Union and the American government are equally presently calling for a second dialogue, which I believe is also disturbing the government in implementing the decision. It might have been one of the reasons, because most of these resolutions carried out will need finance, will need international donors, and the assistance to implement, especially the concept decentralization, which the state still holds very strongly. And again, the content of the special status for the Northwest and the Southwest region, which is still not yet known, because citizens need an educative talk on what was arrested or accepted and concluded by the Cameroonian people, and to see that this state moves forward, we need to be proactive. We need the state commissions that were created for follow-up to tell us where they are after the dialogue, and the head of state should come out as a father of the nation and take decisions linked to the conclusion of the dialogue.
Lastly, do you think there's a need for a second dialogue?
Obviously, we are not the one saying it. You remember the present dialogue was not equally inclusive, because inclusive in the sense that they said some people were not advised or allowed to attend the dialogue. We think very strongly that within the dialogue and the inconveniences in Cameroon, there were a group of people that some were in prison, some were not even arrested, some are still in prison, that did not participate on the dialogue. Dialogue, we said, was inclusive. Were all Cameroonians included in dialogue? If not, then there is a need. I think there is a need for a second dialogue that will include all Cameroonians.
So, fellow Ambazonians, we don't hear where they don't talk for there. What will be the problem? That is foreign news. Now, coming to the death of Ekema, they say it was a heart attack. The scientists, the highest scientists where they exist for Cameroon, they don't make autopsy. Where they call them, say when person don't die, they go take sample for your stomach, your mouth, all part of your body. If they see some wound for your skin, they take sample for them and go with them for laboratory to do what they call autopsy. When they do that autopsy, they come show which way he must have killed the person. You understand? So sample of Ekema's mouth indicated a presence of one of the highest chemical where if he kill, even if God swallow that chemical, will kill God. You see, that chemical, if God be given for Satan, Satan no for exist today. That means Ekema said no for exist for this God. That chemical, some powerful bad chemical, when they call them say Botox. That chemical kill any, in fact, it can kill Satan. So that chemical, so they find out for inside Ekema in mouth, the intestine, for your big intestine, they find out so plenty. That means say the doctor he come reveal them say Ekema die, no be heart attack, na poison. Now, so the doctor, big scientists, when they take sample for your body, then go with them for laboratory. So they come talk them, they reveal them. They take Cameroon, they give them for CRT. Even CRTV, you don't get the news. Cameroon Tribune, you don't get the news. Now Cameroon Tribune said the reporter say Ekema die now, the presence of the heavy toxic chemical, heavy poison. Where they call them say Botox. Not be Botox for woman though. Even though na Botox for woman be confused here. But the Botox when na BOTOX, Botox chemical when na powerful way it fit kill Satan. They find them for inside your intestine, inside your mouth. And that shows that it was through a red wine, a glass of wine. That means say for inside glass of wine they be put the highly concentrated of that chemical for that glass. So it drink them so they say now only few hours it could die. So now neurotoxin, that means say it go just weaken all your body, so it go just die. You know, you still receive impulses. That means say for that time where Ekema they die, even if you cut your foot, Ekema no go feel up. Even you cut the arm, Ekema no feel up. Even if you come cut your head, so your head go that way, your heart it no go feel up. Because that chemical, the neurotoxin, that means say it go for your nerves. It paralyze you, paralyze your heart, then your heart will die. You understand now why it don't die so? Because nothing could have saved him. Even if you take him to France, Germany, wherever, he cannot be saved because the neurotoxin just goes so paralyze the body, paralyze all your nerves. That means the impulse is not still sent for your brain. Your brain is going to still receive, interpret. Then the heart too, because the heart pump, for the heart to keep pumping, it take impulses sent to the brain. The brain produces a response, the reflex. The reflex go to the heart and tell the heart again to open the valve, But when you have neurotoxin, the neurotoxin come and paralyze your nerves. The transmission of the information from body organs to the brain is destroyed. It's destabilized completely. And the body functions in such a way that there is what they call the master gland, the pituitary, in the head. And that's the master gland that coordinates all the body organs to send hormones, to send anything that controls the body, steroids, hormones, and so on and so forth. But when you have a neurotoxic substance in your body and you are paralyzed, you are dead. That killed Ekema. That is what killed Ekema. And then the police report, biggest commissioner waiting for that side for Douala, he make investigation. He shows for that evening for some hotel, Ekema be there with three women them. Three women them where they not even identify them. That means three ashawo. So that three ashawo them. Now for the way Ekema go. Three women where they do good job. Them come in the name of Ashawo. They can present themselves, say they be Ashawo for Ekema. That means that even people for Buya, they no one catch Ekema because they them be vote Ekema. But Ekema turn against them. So the people they hate Ekema, they don't want to see anything about Ekema. That means that even people, they say they feel vote you, but then it turn against them. They say lie to lie, then go see how their shop is be sealed. These are business people. You seal their shop. You burn the bikes of people, burn the bikes of the taxi people where they know they work for Ghost Town. You set fire for their taxi them. Business people where they get big business where they say they must respect the law of the land. You come seal their shop. You forget say big people get money. Oh. They fee hire anything. Oh. You forget say AMbazonia and them get money. Oh. They fee hire anything for execute the deal. Oh. Now, what you want to talk now Ekema, you don't die. That's a lesson. You, when you be poor man, you know be mayor, you know even get money, you know if you ain't get anything for living for your woman. Ekema don't leave at least one more two for your woman. At least Mbela Mokicha go inherit your woman, begin your skin with her. Yeah? Some person for that council could just take the woman, begin the pium. You where you don't get anything. You come to one December from the Republic, say you be vigilante, commander, vigilante, this, they give you 50,000 for a month. AMbazonians have arrested nearly all the vigilante members. All the vigilantes commanders have been arrested. And when they arrest you, you know what happened? You are sent to Tar Satan. Tar Satan means grandpa for Satan. If you hear me say somebody has been sent to Tar Satan, just know I'm saying that they have sent the person to hell, a journey of no return. Nkambe, commander of vigilante group, sent to Tar Satan. Boyo, commander of vigilante group, sent to Satan. Whom? The man who claimed that he dropped weapon, sent to Satan. 2 members of vigilante group, sent to Satan. Are you see trying? Ekema Patrick, sent to Satan bigly and fatly. Are you? You want to risk your life again? Do you want to risk your life? So, I'm friendly. I'm telling you again. that please do not joke with the people's aspiration, which is independence. When the people want to have their freedom, they will do anything it takes. Even if it comes to an extent that God has failed, which I know God will never fail, because God ordained the revolution. The people who want freedom, if God failed them, they will worship Satan, if Satan can give them freedom. Do you understand? So do not play. When the people want to have freedom, they will do whatever it takes. Even if it means using Satan to have freedom and apologize and have confession after independence. The people are well determined that they will do all it takes to have independence. So please, don't be an scapegoat. Don't risk your life. So I want to thank all the plenty who come. God bless you now on the independence. This was an SM. We thank our AMbazonia Defense Chairman, Benedict Kua, for the wonderful delivery of the speech. God bless you so much and have a wonderful time. Our independence can only delay but not deny. Thank you plenty.
Abu free, you dey try me.
Mami, na weti. Zakai,
Abu free momo.
Abu free don't do you weti. Ha. Hey. What the Abu free don't do the woman? No, wow. Hey, today when I make at the 4. Now weti. Abu free do you weti?
Abu free do me something. Me I come.
Hey. Oh. Tell me my ear.
Abu free no gree me I hear something. Say pin. America pin.
Pin.
Yeah, Franklin.
Franklin.
So I talk say pin for wait. I get my own for house. I say me I can't take am pin am.
Now that way Dr. Chua give you.
I hear say na Dr. Chua but pin am for people their skin. But if be pin my own for Belgium. Today I want pin am for shoe any mommy say pin na you go free with homeland. At the top for Abu free say I don't pin my own.
Wow.
Me see am pin am. For sure say I be Amber mommy. I know the sleep.
That means you don't own your own part for that country.
I don't own am. I dey talk say for America. As sure I have go for this. So me, all mommy, all papa, all picking the pin am so.
Mommy,
so that we go free with homeland.
That thing look like don't pin head Bobby.
No one day.
Okay. All right.
Now for my chest, my heart.
Now Amber be this so. Now small. Now part of the Amber that you don't put on with your chest so.
Yes.
And you put her on top place where me have a sock.
Now so.
That means Amber will get juice.
No say. Now so we dey.
Power.
Not turning.